Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're watching the pre-recorded version of this WFSO report special, we're pre-recorded on YouTube, live on YouTube, and live on Twitch. Um, we are no longer going to do Podbean only because I think like they was like saying like all the stuff you can record for free, but unfortunately, after a certain amount of episodes, they charge. Like it's not like a bad price, but it's just like I don't have time to pay for that right now. So probably in the near future, maybe we'll be back on Podbean, but just right now, we're just gonna might as well just say that we're taking a break from it. So unless we find like another podcast that is better, we're just gonna take a break and probably be back on Podbean sooner or later. So it just all depends. So I was just about to mention about what we're doing tonight. We combining both Bucks news and also wrestling news just for today. I know we normally would do this with WFSO aftermath, but with aftermath I accidentally like add like some like personal stuff in that going on too with me, or like other stuff that's going on. So what we're going to talk about is like a couple of news. Like I was going to mention about Chris Middleton, but I'm going to do that now. Um, and I know everybody was asking the question. People like outside of the team that didn't know what was going on. Like we saw Giannis Antetokounmpo working out, and plus is in the Olympics this summer. You have Damian Lillard working out a lot while he's in Portland. So yeah, the man has been working out a lot, and he posts a lot of videos on his Instagram, just showing like the boxing workout, lifting weights and things like that. So he's really dedicated to making like this coming season better than what he came in last year. But if I had to be like brutally honest, last season I know he had like some on and off games and stuff like that, but his season, this past season, was really not that bad. Could have been better, yeah, but he was actually was doing good than what we expected. Did better than Chris Middleton because we can't depend on Chris Middleton to be that second in the second option anymore. And with his injuries and stuff like that, we will get to that in a minute. But I think it's a good 1, 2, 3 punch. Like, cause I know said like when they were saying that when the Bucks were saying like everybody except for Giannis and Dame are in the chopping block. Um, it's like they really mean it. Like you saw with the pickups they had Torian Prince, Duran Wright. Um, it was another person they picked up in the off season. They signed to a two-way. Stanley Umbry. They picked him up as a two-way player, and they also we was talking about I think it was yesterday, because that's when that happened with Gary Trent Jr. and he's joined the Bucks for this season. But yeah, okay. But anyways, okay, good. Like people are chatting on here on the live on YouTube. So it's like if you want to talk about like a little bit of Milwaukee Bucks basketball and also talk about like wrestling, we can talk about that for this next maybe 20, 30, or 40 minutes. Depends how long we get through everything on here. So anyways, yeah, so the bench has really changed. And they looking at players in the summer league and see what some of them going to be doing with them. I'm not even going to answer that. But anyways, um, the thing is that they trying, out these players. I don't get what question you was trying to ask me, so you really didn't put it up. So I don't know what you're talking about. But anyways, sorry, the back itches and stuff. So they seeing some of these players in the summer league, although right now it's not looking good for them. Like Manja Beauchamp, he's like the team's leading scorer for the summer league. Now is around like, I think around like 15 points a game, and first two games he was like an average of like around a little bit over 20 points a game. And yeah, it was like yesterday it was a bad time for him. Really was a bad night. But I think he had like 7 turnovers, as I mentioned yesterday. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm apologize for that just happened. I don't know why it just like ended for some odd reason for just on Twitch. So I apologize. And we're back on live. But what I was saying is like I guess like Friday there is their next game. They go against Phoenix. And yeah, it'll be like a 3 o'clock game. So this is gonna be a little bit tough for me to go see. So I might have to, do my appointments early, then try to get back as quick as I can. So we will see. But anyways, we were going to talk about Chris Middleton and what was going on with him. And most of us didn't know what was going on, but it was saying that Doc Rivers had mentioned that Chris Middleton ended up having surgery right after the season, where their playoff run ended. They went against the Pacers in 6 games. They lost, and they did have home court advantage, but with Giannis mostly being out, and I don't know why they keep on ending. This is insane. So sorry guys about that once again. But God, it did it again. What's going on? I'm sorry, but Twitch is acting up. I don't know why. Does this keep going? I'm probably gonna switch Twitch to use my other phone, and maybe that will work. Yeah, I'm probably gonna switch. Unable to stop streaming, and why? Just some of the things you go through when you try to stream live. So okay. Just want to act funny, so let me try to stream it on here. So let me just exit out of there. Don't know what's going on, and I apologize. So let's get that out the way, and let's try this again, just on a different phone. Okay, let's try it now. So, okay, there we go. So on a different phone, and hopefully, that works. But hopefully, God, what is wrong with Twitch? Okay, there we go. Hopefully, it doesn't happen for a while. So, anyways, it happened anyway. So we just gonna go on without Twitch. So I don't know what. Oh, it's back on. So that's kind of weird. So Twitch is back on. Okay. Now, what I was saying was about Chris Middleton. So the end of the playoffs for the Bucks, ended in 6 games against the Pacers. And like half the time, Giannis was in there, and like their rim protector was getting outplayed, which I'm not shocked about that. But anyways, Chris Middleton went on and had surgery. I thought it was his knees, but it was his ankles. So sorry about that report that was on earlier today, and I thought it was his knees, but it ended up being his ankles. So he got like surgery on both his ankles. So mainly what they was doing, they was really just cleaning it up. It's like one of those procedures, just like, okay, let's try to clean your ankles up and see how it goes from there. So he is working out in Las Vegas, trying to get back to, his regular form. So most likely they would say he'll be ready by the beginning of the season. So hopefully we will see that. So at least things are looking up for the Bucks so far. So this is kind of weird. Other news that was going on with the Bucks too. So what was going on? That this was posted out like I think it was like around like maybe a few hours ago that Isaiah Thomas was working out for the Bucks. So y'all know who Isaiah Thomas is. Used to play for Sacramento Kings first. He did get drafted by Sacramento, then end up going to Boston, where he, in my opinion, had like one of his best careers in Boston. So that was, good for him. Then kind of like bouncing from team to team, and also done some unfreaking believable. Yeah, it happened again. So, but anyways, so you thinking like, why would they work him out and they have no more space? But I was like, they can only get a total, like 20 people on the roster. They can't have it like during the off season. They can have up to 20 players, including 3 of the two-way players, and they can have them like practice works out, and also put them on the preseason. They can play about in the preseason before they have to cut them right before, like very close to when their first game starts. So I can see if they sign them into like a deal just to see how he is in the off season, or try to work out something that they can do. But this also just says to me that maybe they're trying to work out some trades. But here's the thing. We know there was rumors that that they was trying to trade Brook Lopez, and there was also thinking of trying to get rid of Pat Connaughton. That was another player they thinking to get rid of. But most of the players, they were signed by free agency. Well, they was let go in free agency, but they wasn't. They decided that they wasn't going to bring them back or anything like that. So Jay Crowder knew it, because he had a good season in the beginning. Then when his injury happened, He was out for like maybe like 2, 3 months. Then after that, he hasn't been the same since. So, the injury that he had this past season really, took him off a loop and just, made it for him worse. So, who knows if another team is going to take a chance on him, or he'll probably do the same thing that Patrick Beverly did, which we will talk about. Play overseas or just see what happens. But speaking of Patrick Beverly, he was hoping to come back with the Bucks, but he was hoping to get a raise. But Bucks or any other team wasn't willing to give him like a raise. They rather just give him like a vet minimum, and that was it. So no team didn't go for it, and the team he played for, like back in 2010, I believe, was a team in Israel that he played for. So he's going to play with them again this upcoming season. And the thing was, they was giving him a lot of money, what he asked for. So you can't turn that down. So I can understand why he, decided to do that. Like, he wasn't gonna get no offer, I guess, as big as what they was offering him in Israel, which I don't know how much it is, but it seemed like it was more than enough. And he, decided he's just gonna play in Israel for the season. But like back to Isaiah Thomas working out for the Bucks. So if they want to sign him in the off season and decided they was just gonna have him work out like during the like workouts and like preseason and stuff like that, they can do that. It's not gonna be like a guaranteed contract, because their rosters is full, but they can sign like 2 more people for the all season, just to see how they do like at practice and preseason, and maybe they'll make a decision then. But I know a lot of people saying Brooke gotta go and Pat Connaughton's gotta go. I do agree with Pat Connaughton, like getting him out of here, because he haven't been the same after the I would say the season after the championship run. He hasn't been the same for the past couple of years. So I don't know if he's like easily distracted or he's starting to slow down in age or something like that. Because with people with like when they age or whatever, and like when they hit their 30s, some of them will thrive through it and still be good playing in their 30s up to their 40s. Well, look at LeBron James. And you got some people that's like hitting their 30s and they're just really slow. So yeah, that's crazy. So we'll see about this Isaiah Thomas working out for the Bucks. So hopefully more news will come out about it soon. We will see. Speaking of working out, you have a 5-time All-Star that sparks Milwaukee Bucks after working out with Darvin Ham, which the player that was working in front of Darvin Ham was none other than John Wall. John Wall is trying to make his comeback for the season. So I don't know if they're trying to like strictly look for a point guard, because they got a backup point guard. So it's just like, what are they looking for? And like I said, according to Clutch Points, he was in Las Vegas working out in front of assistant coach Darvin Ham. So maybe be opportunity if a team probably look at him and decide what they're going to do. Yeah, the last team he played for was the Los Angeles Clippers. Not this past season, but the season before. He played for the Clippers. And I don't know. He like played overseas or something like that this past season. Who knows? But maybe they'll. I don't know. They still, they still got two roster spots to sign in the off season and see how they are in the preseason. So who knows? We don't know if some of their players' contracts will be guaranteed. We don't know. But we will see. But yeah, John Wall was one of the people that was working out in front of the Bucks as well. So that would be like, kind of a question mark and see, what they're gonna do. But we already know they need like a backup center if they're gonna keep Brook Lopez. But they really, didn't have any. They didn't mention like any targets that they were going for center wise to be a versatile center. I think what they was doing, they was trying to get one from the draft, but since some of the centers and stuff like that was taken earlier in the round instead of later on, it kind of changed their planning to try to see what they was going to do with Kello, where there was one of them that they was trying to go after. Deron Holmes, although unfortunately he didn't work out with the Bucks, he declined not to. Excuse me. So he ended up, going to. He ended up going to Denver. They did have more centers and they did have more centers out there after the draft, but I'm just surprised that the Bucks didn't go after any of them. And knowing that next season, well, after this coming season, they have no draft picks. So they did offer Brook Lopez, and they said they wanted back. Oh crap! It happened again. Because all they offered was like just a first round pick. Yeah, something's really wrong with Twitch. But anyways, yeah, they was just gonna they wanted to give up Book, but they want a first round pick and wherever else they can. It's like if they can find another team that can take like Brook Lopez salary, they can do that, and they still have something left over. So we'll see how that is. And then again, I'm just gonna leave Twitch alone. But yeah, let's see. We already talked about Isaiah Thomas working out in front of the Bucks. We talked about Patrick Beverly going overseas, and we also we just now talk about John Wall. Maybe join the team. Maybe in the all season, just do preseason or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, like Bucks don't have no more roster spots, but they have two roster spots they can sign in the off season just to see how it goes in preseason. So they can do that. I guess what we're gonna do now, just jump into like a little bit of wrestling news, because I think that's all we can talk about with the Bucks. And well, let's just say that's just all we know. What I'm going to read the AEW Dynamite results from tonight, although I didn't see it. Oh, God. Okay. Jesus, yeah, I swear it's like around this time. Okay. Seems like we're back. Yeah, sorry guys. No internet went out for a second and came right back. Oh God, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Just gonna read like the matches that happened. course, you saw what happened last week. Of course, they talk about what's going to happen tonight. Um, let's see. Will Ospreay versus MJF. With Will Ospreay defending the AEW International Championship. And yeah, I knew what happened, but kind of like not surprised. Well, I am a little surprised. MJF just got back and suddenly, they just put a title on him. And yes, I know I just kind of spoiled it because MJF did win, and also the new international champion. Just crazy. Um, Blood and Guts will be next Wednesday, and so the thing was, okay, let me read this. The Acclaim and Mark Briscoe. I know they was okay. Briscoe. Okay, Mark Briscoe did agree to join them. Of course, he was talking about that. I think it was last week or the week before he was talking about that. So we already got, the Acclaim, Mark Briscoe, and somebody, and I don't know if Billy Gunn's gonna be part of the Blood and Guts, but we'll see. Oh God. Okay, I'm not gonna read that segment. So just gonna move on from that. Mercedes Monet versus Nia Rose for the TBS Championship. So good thing you seen them defending like titles on the show. So thank God for that. Not gonna read it, but yeah, that's just shocking. They could have had Rose won by disqualification or something like that. But I guess they're trying to show Mercedes Moët as a dominant champion. But that's just me. But of course, she still retained. Oh, after the match, Monet rips up the sign from a masked fan. Fan takes their mask off to reveal themselves to be Britt Baker, and the officials try to, break them up. Okay, this is what I want to talk about. Makes her way down to the ring, coming out to Tony Storm's music, and have the I guess a sack outfit that she has. So okay, everyone foresaw her turning on Tony Storm except for Tony herself. She said Storm was so desperate for the spotlight that she didn't realize she was giving it all away. Then said the question shouldn't be about why it turned, but rather what took so long for her to turn. She said it was too easy to trick Storm and said she had fun doing it. She said she wanted to see how far she could string Storm along until she saw AEW All In at the Wembley Stadium. Okay. May says she been Storm, but she can be so much more. She still loves Storm, but she never loved her more than what she was bleeding and crying and screaming her name last week. Okay. And of course, they got a match at It's like all out, I think, at the Wembley Stadium. So got that going on. Okay, Strickland in a non-title match against Kazukiya Okada. Always getting these Japanese names wrong, so I apologize if I end up, misspelling it or getting it wrong. Okay, Strickland won by disqualification. Um, oh, okay. The Young Bucks blindside Strickland and caused him a disqualification. Okay. Oh wow, that was the main event. But I know they're saying the match from MJF and Will Ospreay was like nearly in an hour. They should have just said it was like an Iron Man or make up some sort of a match like that. Because that kind of just took out some time. So you only had like, what? Like one. Yeah, one match. A segment. Two matches. Another segment. 3 matches. Yeah, it was only like 3 matches in a case of 2 hours. Like seriously. They could have done better than that. It's just sad. Okay, let's just read like let's see. After the match, the Acclaim run down to the ring and even the odds. Jack Perry and Mark Briscoe down to the ring, and everyone else continued brawling. Let's see. Mark. Ooh, sorry. Mark flies to the level of the Bucks and the Acclaim. Wait a minute. On the outside, but Perry catches him with a DDT. Okay. Strickland lands house call on Perry, but Hangman Adam Page music hits and he marches down the ring. The Elite and Page overpower Strickland and Acclaim and Mark, but Darby Allin's music hits. Make his way down to the ring from the Raptors on the wire. Open the door for Team AEW to overpower the Elite. Two teams continue the brawl, and the officials try to separate the 10 men as the show goes off the air. So maybe on Friday they'll probably mention more like about the blood and guts match that's going to happen next week. So we may have Strickland joining the Acclaim and Mark Briscoe. So it seems like the fifth man may be Darby Allin. Which, if y'all forgot like what happened to him, he was involved in an accident that kind of like broken his nose and kind of he got injured and stuff like that. So he had some time take off and heal from all that. He did like a couple of matches after he ended up taking a break, and they yeah, and I guess he decided, come back tonight. There was something I wanted to read before, and I know I gotta watch NXT, so I know I gotta catch up on that. Let's see. No, that's not what I was looking for. No. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Apparently, there was a tag team that was like that worked out today at the performance center. It was none other than the Tonga Twins. If y'all don't heard about them, they was in Women of Wrestling, and they were tag team champions. And I guess some drama, ended up happening, and they left women of wrestling. So it was some ideas that people was throwing around that maybe another fan would pick up, like maybe WWE or AEW or something like that. But could they be like already signed and probably be heading to WWE? Because it would be interesting. Whew. Like I don't know if they are signed, like they're gonna put them in NXT, or they're gonna put them up to the main roster. Maybe on SmackDown, join with Nia Jackson. They can start dominating. So they have a somewhat of a female version of a bloodline if they want to do that. So yeah, I thought that was interesting. We'll see what happened. And one more thing I wanted to talk about before we go off the air, which is like it's like almost 40 minutes. So what I want to talk about is like Cody Rhodes and his run with the WWE title. My issue is not with Cody Rhodes or his title run. It's with some of these wrestling fans that they get bored real quickly and be like, no, change this to somebody else. He's boring. Blah 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 blah. I find his run more interesting than anything because like you like them type of people that won't back up from any challengers, like defend the title and stuff like that. Like you had that with some faces, and you have like a few heels that will probably be like take on all comers. So it's like those type of heels, and mainly the baby face that would like to challenge anybody and defend their title. Those are ones that get me like more in tune on watching what they do. And Damian Priest, like his run with the title is very good as well. Although it had like a few interference from Judgment Day. Although the storyline making it like he didn't plan on having them interfere, he wanted to do it by himself. But this is gonna be interesting with him and Gunner going against each other in a couple of weeks, just to see can he do it on his own, or Gunther will be the new World Heavyweight Champion? Who knows? Not talking about that. But for those people that whining and crying and complaining, it's like y'all never satisfied. It's like, for example, like I don't hate CM Punk or anything like that, but it's just his fans just go crazy and crazy. And I know, Rock made up the new thing called like Cody Crybabies, I should say. And the thing is, it's like people want what they want, but there are those fans that get like sick and tired of everything that some wrestlers do, and they expect so much out of them. It's like they give the best what they do every time they step in the ring, on and off out the ring. They do like media and also do like guest appearances and stuff like that. Some of the stuff we may not even know. Like for example, like LA Knight, he's gonna appear in Nebraska, although they're gonna have SmackDown there, but he's gonna be there this Friday, signing autographs and stuff like that. And of course he's gonna be end up on SmackDown, later on that night. So we don't know what all these, wrestlers go through. Although you see some of them like at the hotels, you say hi, get a picture, whatever. Or they, some of them meet them at the airport, whatever, and like just hi or something like that. Or there are some of them you want to take a picture with. You want to do that. That's one thing. But but the fans that is just whining and complaining, God, they make me sick. But I think some of them just really just need to grow up and just pay attention to what they do. Although the end results is sometimes some of the end results don't make sense, but they're trying to make it like a bigger picture. We kind of learned that with Roman Reigns' long old title run, which I'm finally glad it ended because he should have lost it last year. It's like him retaining at the WrestleMania in 2021. That's fine. 2022, he had a bit of a challenge. Let's see. No, 2022 he had Brock. His first reign as Universal Champion, he went against Edge and Daniel Bryan. He ended up winning that. Then in 2022, he ended up going against Brock Lesnar, which we thought that, oh yeah, Brock is going to be double champion. But Roman Reigns, with the help of the bloodline, gets away with it again and end up somehow defeating Brock Lesnar. Last year, of course, he went against Cody, and Roman Reigns ended up, retaining because of interference. Then this year, everybody got what they wanted, and Cody finally dethroned Roman Reigns. So, Bloodline was always there for backup, and Cody finally had backup. He had, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, John Cena, and The Undertaker. Which I'm going to explain this to y'all, that the spot that Undertaker took, it was supposed to have been Steve Austin. But something didn't work out with them, and Steve Austin ended up not showing up, so Undertaker took his place. So, Undertaker did a quick thing, choke out The Rock. I think he chokeslammed him, then both Undertaker and The Rock disappeared. Then, all the chaos was going on, and Cody finally got it. Finally beat him. And and I understand, you got some people that's calling want Roman because, when he's going to come back, he's going to see what's going on with the bloodline and probably be saying, what's going on? Why is this going on? I didn't make you tribal chief or anything like that. So it was kind of like they're playing all along, to make Roman face. But I thought Roman Reigns wasn't going to be back. I thought he was going to be back before SummerSlam, but right now it looks like that's not going to happen. He may be returning at SummerSlam, which will give him a bigger pop. So I do understand that. And probably, Bash at the Berlin, maybe Roman and Solo may end up facing each other at the Bash in Berlin pay-per-view. Also, they have Bad Blood that's going to be in October in Atlanta. So, they probably bring back, Hell in a Cell for that or something like that. Or have certain matches that's going to involve blood. So, that would be something. But we'll see how it goes. But, yeah, most likely we're going to end up predicting Roman Reigns is going to return at SummerSlam. Probably going to interfere with the WWE Championship match because it looks like it's going to end up being Cody and Solo for the WWE Championship. So yeah, very interesting. And also, I'm going to throw out there that NXT is going to have two PLE events. One September 1st, which would be No Mercy. That one, I believe, will be in Denver. And they're going to have Halloween Havoc. Not as like, like the 2-hour NXT special or anything like that. They're actually going to have it as a PLE event, which is pretty good. Why not pull out more, PLE events for like NXT? Because it's getting interesting, especially when they're going to move from USA to CW in October. You want to get more, you're going to get more eyes on there as you would before. That's why you kind of see like SmackDown is like a little bit more successful than Raw. Excuse me. Because they got more eyes out there now because they own a local TV. It's going to be the same thing with NXT, but they're probably going to end up, getting like maybe to a little bit over 1 million people watching. So, that's probably be the nail in the coffin for, maybe AEW. But, and plus, the deal with NXT working out with NXT working out the deal with TNA. So that's been doing pretty good so far. And vice versa. So, NXT used some of TNA stars, TNA used some of NXT stars, so that really helps them a lot. I think it helped both of them. But, I've been watching like TNA ever since, we was able to watch them when they finally was on like Spike TV. Instead of like these other channels. You're like, what? Channel is this? Channel is this? I guess the only thing you get upset of that, the show that this show is not free is Ring of Honor. They charge you $9.99 a month just to see their weekly shows, which is kind of ridiculous. Maybe TNT will probably work something out for you to show Ring of Honor. Maybe if you want to show it like on a Thursday, like during the day, since it's pre-recorded anyway, do that. But I know they're gonna have like NBA going on, and then again for TNT, this would be their or they can just move Ring of Honor to TBS. They could do that. Although it'll be this coming season will be the final season that NBA on TNT will be on, and they're gonna lose their. They kind of already lost their deal to NBC, and plus a couple of streaming services like Amazon Prime gonna be like showing some NBA games, and of course ESPN will be showing more games. So I think the thing was on Mondays after the football season, not this coming season but the next season, every Monday games will be on Peacock. Tuesday games will be on NBC. Wednesday it'll be ESPN, and I think they mentioned Amazon as well. So let's see. Thursday I believe is Amazon. Friday, of course, NBC, and NBC or ESPN would be one of the two. And I think Saturday is kind of like the same thing, like it's just ESPN. But they were sharing like some of the time and stuff like that. So I'm gonna look it over, and I'm gonna post a video that talk about about how the deal is gonna work out. So I'm gonna look for that, but that will probably be on tomorrow. But yeah, we'll get to more of that soon enough. But anyways, it's midnight central here, so that's all the time we have. I apologize for like Twitch like going on and off, so I apologize for that. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe to the channel. it will help the channel, and plus maybe you'll see some of our past videos. You like wrestling content, and if you like Milwaukee Bucks content, you will like this channel. So please support the channel. It'll be nothing without you guys. Also, thank our sponsors: Art from the Heart, Moving Dudes, Toy Dimension, and Trophy Athletic. Want more information about these websites? I mean, but not just the websites, but also these sponsors. You can check out our website, I should say, wrestlingfansspeakout.weebly.com. Upcoming events, more about sponsors, pictures, videos, and stuff like that. So, yeah, get a chance, check it out. And I think that's pretty much it. So, thanks y'all again for watching. Until next time. Which I will put a video tomorrow about, the deal that, NBC and Amazon have made. So I will put that out. So until the next video, y'all have a good one. Well, good night if you're watching live, and have a good day if you're watching this pre-recorded one during the day. So thanks again. See you later.